I spent some time trying to wonder, should I take some risks and hold the mic and walk and talk, or should I be in the safety of this podium? I think I'm still in my comfort zone, haven't found a way out. So when Sukanya had actually asked me if I could do this, I made a very conscious effort not to take things from self-help books and theories from elsewhere. I decided I'll make it very real, which means everything that I'm going to be speaking about today have played a part in my life at some point or the other. So they're all leaves out of my own life book. And I'm hoping that one or two of this rings a bell with you and you'll be able to take it back with you. So there comes a time in every woman's life, I think, you ask yourself, am I living the life I've envisioned for myself? Is this the life that I want? Am I living my life? Yes. You don many avatars, you play many roles, mother, daughter, daughter-in-law, wife, nurturer, breadwinner, caregiver, so many avatars. So the day is full of things to do. So you must be asking yourself, yeah, so I'm leading a full life, apparently so. But as a master juggler of these various roles, are you able to pick on those moments, those maybe very transient, brief moments when you're really happy doing what you're doing? So we're not really talking about leading a full life, it's more like leading a fulfilling life, okay? So I'm talking not just about altering, perhaps, what you're already doing, but enhancing the experience of what you're doing. Okay, let's take a closer look at a typical day. Some activities in the day you love to do. These activities are very rejuvenating. You'd like to invest there. Some activities you don't like it so much. So it's like, I have to do it. I must do it. I mean, they ask me to do it. And all of this, you're biting your teeth and you're saying, because inside of you there's so much of anger, resentment, guilt, and a merry dance between them. So what can you do to change your experience? Okay, you don't have too many choices in terms of the activities that you do, but you certainly have a choice over the feelings about those activities. So theory really says it's not events that distress you, but your feelings towards those events that create your experience, okay? So if the power is in your hands to create your experience, why not make it a nice one, right? So changing your thoughts, I think one other speaker already mentioned, it's changing your thoughts can change the feelings of that experience. And I definitely would invest in that because perhaps in terms of choice of action, I might not have too many. So when we have that power to make that choice, there is no feeling of resentment or guilt or anger. So the first thing that helped me at some point in my life is to change my feelings and thoughts about some things. Ideally, I would like to do a lot of things that I love to do. So many things. Where do I have time? Where do I have time to do things that I like to do? Because that's what I want to do more of. So to create time out of the 24 hours, we actually have to, so what I'm saying is, if you have to create space and time, you actually have to start by clearing. Okay, unless you clear away, you don't, because you only have 24 hours. So unless you clear, you cannot create. So the second magic word that helped me is declutter, simplify. Okay, clear space at two levels. One is the physical space, the other one is a mental space. Physical space, I know Mr. Eddy would not agree. I'll say throw. What you don't want, throw. Don't hoard, don't keep. So clear cupboards, clear corners, clear handbags, clear workstations, clear your car, your driving seat. Okay, so clear. Physical space is rather easy actually. clearing mental space is not so easy. So did you know that a human mind is bombarded with something like approximately 70,000 thoughts a day, which amounts to something like about a little over 100 thoughts a minute? Perhaps not. But you might know that most of these thoughts are repetitive. If you actually observe, you will find a good portion of it is the same thought going over and over and again. And these thoughts have a very great job to do, which is steal away your time, steal away your moments of joy. You may be sitting together with friends, having a good time, but your mind is somewhere else, your thoughts take you somewhere else, and it's gone. That moment is lost. Because when you're here, you can't be anywhere else. So why not just be here? Be here fully. What I'm actually leading up to is being mindful of what you're doing, so that you don't miss even a single thing. You don't miss the gentle breeze, you don't miss a nice conversation, you don't miss a smile, you don't miss anything in life. So when you actually sit back and think, you will have quite a few good moments that you can cherish. So the other magic word for me has been now. Be here, be fully here, wherever you are. Typically, to give you an example, my son is all of 21, and when he takes the bike and he goes out, and I'm always thinking, oh my God, has he taken his helmet? I'm not so sure. Maybe I should have told him to take his helmet. I should have checked. Oh my God, what a mother am I? I should have checked. But the roads are quite bad, the traffic is so bad. It's not just him, it could be the bus drivers. They are quite rash. I can go on and on and on. And it's of no use to me at all, because I'm here and he's somewhere else. And these thoughts can just take me for a ride. My son's taking the ride, but I'm sitting here and riding on this horse, which is, I don't know, going where. Most of the time, because it's only a fraction of these thoughts are actionable. Only a fraction of them are constructive. And only a fraction of them pertain to the now. So let's catch it. Let the thoughts don't run away with us. Let's catch it and keep it within ourselves, so we have more moments to treasure. So moving on, this is quite true it's not just about women, it's about men as well. So these are experiences that both women and men have. But a woman's experience is rather unique in one sense, because of the traditional role that she plays of that of a caregiver, a nurturer. So as a caregiver, she gives a lot of care to her family. Just yesterday I had a client with whom I was talking, and she says, I don't even keep a maid, I do everything. She takes great pride in her housework. And she says, I do this, and in the morning the kids are gone to school, and then I do this, and then I'm ready. One of them comes back at 11:30, the other one comes at 3:30. So I said, just pause, okay, and tell me, when do you relax? She says, relax? So what do you do for yourself? She just couldn't find an answer. And this is not just one person. I have met a lot of people in my counseling practice who have, not even thought of giving some time for themselves. So are you giving enough care for yourself? Are you nurturing yourself enough? Are you putting yourself always to the last? I think that's a question you really need to take seriously. About physical fitness, your physical fitness becomes very important. And I think we have somebody to speak about that. But again, I'm coming back to the mental space, okay? How much do we care for our own emotions and thoughts? How much do we validate any of these? Usually our emotional well-being, we hand it over to some significant member in our house. Our happiness is usually handed over, or our emotional well-being in general, we hand it over to somebody else. It could be your husband, your mother, your friend. So whatever they say about you becomes even bigger than your own thoughts and your own feelings. So we often forget to validate and accept ourselves. And why should we wait for somebody else to do it? Can't we do it ourselves? So acceptance is another aspect actually which has played a big role in my life. Think thoughts like, I must always be good. I must be the best mom. I must get acknowledged when I do some good work. These are sometimes fences that can lock you in. But acceptance can free you from these illusions. The language of acceptance is like, I will be. I can try to be the best that I can. Some of these fences, they come cloaked in self-doubt and procrastination. Watch out for those. I'm like that. I can't change. I've always been like that. I've never done that before, so I can't. Like somebody was saying, for everything, in every corner there is opportunity. But our own mental fences sometimes can keep you in. So acceptance opens up space, allows you to change, to grow. And as Poonam, I think, in her profile so beautifully said, you can be whoever you want to be. But it takes a lot of courage to be who you really are. To validate yourself as who you are and accept yourself, I think, is the biggest challenge. And the most important thing for me has been actually consciously applying gratitude in everything that I do. To be grateful for whatever is happening well in my life so that it continues. Every magic word that I have spoken of has created magic in my own life at some point or the other. My deepest gratitude to Sukanya and her team for giving me this opportunity to share my own life experiences. Actually, even preparing for this, it has cleared so much space in my head. It has reaffirmed so many things in my life. I'm a classical dance performer, and I was invited to perform a full-fledged 1.5-hour program, which I haven't done in 12 years. And in the last couple of weeks that I was working on these thoughts, I decided I have to bring my fence down if I have to mean what I say. And I actually said, yes, I will perform. And I'm performing on January 3rd. All of you here are most welcome to come and witness. I hope all of you are blessed with a lot of beautiful, inspiring moments. And most importantly, I hope you catch it when it happens. Thank you so much. I hope Womenspire goes a really long way.